Peace to the guys and goddesses out there. This is Brother Sai Kim, and this is Key Life Productions. I am getting ready to call in Brother TAALIB, Nuwaupian brother, and he is coming with whose God is the true God. And we may talk about it a little more, depending on how his time is. Sorry for the delay. And I'm getting ready to go in and call him in a couple seconds. See what's going on. I was trying to pull up some of my brother's red pill music on this other tablet over here, but this thing is acting crazy. All right, let me go in and give a call and see what's going on.
Hello?
Route back.
Rehoboth, brother.
Is everything good?
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right.
So what's going on, man?
So we on live, Facebook Live right now, and
Greetings.
we going in on this, whose God is the true God. Now before, we going on that, I was just want to ask you the question I ask everybody that that I have on my that I have on my station, and that is first of all, this is introducing my fellow Nuwaupian brother TAALIB, and he's a very good friend of mine, and he's full of knowledge, so you should enjoy this one. What made you wake up one day and say to yourself, I have to gather this knowledge, I have to give it out to my people and try to help, my people to prosper?
Okay. Let me put your phone. Hold on. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. It wasn't really like that for me. That's not how I got into the knowledge.
Okay.
It wasn't about waking up or trying to wake up or anything like that. It had nothing at all to do with that. It just happened to end up like that. Okay?
Okay.
What happened was this. I was out 15, 16, somewhere in that age. Me and my cousin used to sit on the stoop across the street from was living in. And there used to be these Christian sect that used to walk down the streets and with these buttons saying, get saved. And they used to come over and they get smart, get saved, and this other stuff. Now, religion, I wasn't religion, I was just living my life, doing, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Situation is they were straightforward to you, brother. Cutthroats. Okay? Grew up in the hood doing. I'm not. So really, all.
You kind of going out. Are you on the speaker?
Yeah.
I think it might be sort of affecting. I'm not sure.
Okay. Hold on. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me better?
Yeah, I think that is a lot better.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't want to inconvenience you.
No, you're not inconveniencing me at all.
Okay.
Drink some juice. Hold on for a second. Okay. Just to sit on the stoop, doing our thing. Okay?
Okay.
And to get smart, get saved, people used to come by, all walk down our block, because they lived time they pass this, I mean, hey, get smart, get saved, get smart, get saved, they stop all this other. Okay? Now, before I want to make this clear to everybody who's listening. Those people who judge and believe in any religion, any God, or anything like that. Okay?
Okay.
It's just that through my learning, deal with patient, or let me rephrase this. Learn to only deal with that is supported by provable, in other words, and by I no longer go by your or opinion. Anyone who does that, who happens to be listening, that you have that right to do that. And I'm not judging you because you do that. Okay? So I'll make that clear before I go any further. That's out the way. Let me go forward. So we just did, and to get smart, get safe people, and eventually it just got on my nerves because I politely asked them, "Hey, stop! Go about your life, do your thing. We got our own lives. We wouldn't stop." Okay.
Okay.
So it came to this point. One day, my cousin said to me, "Hey, those guys, I'm originally from New York." He said, "Those guys on 42nd Street that wear the white, those Muslim guys, why don't you go and ask them?" Because at the time, we thought those people were racist.
Okay.
Okay? And they were going to tell white people to stop talking to us and all this other jazz. Okay? A racist.
Okay.
I don't believe in racism. I'm not racist. I'm not down with any of that. Okay? I'm just down with fact.
Okay.
Okay?
Right.
So I went to 42nd Street one day because I was going to go see the Kung Fu movies there like I normally do.
Uh-huh.
So I went there, ran across the guys in white. At the time, they were called the Ansaru Allah community.
Yes.
In Arabic, Ansaru translates into English, not transliterates, but actually transliterates into the words aiders of Allah. I did not know that at the time. So let me just stay on track. So I went and asked them, hey, I told them, look, man, they got these buttons, blah, 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 and they keep coming by me and my cousin and harassing us and da-da-da-da. So what can you give me to stop them? Okay? So the brother said, hey, take this pamphlet. The pamphlet happened to be called Sons of Canaan. Okay? So he gave me the pamphlet, and I was like, yeah, well, how much money are you going to charge me? I ain't trying to spend no money. Y'all just another religion and all this other jazz. He said, no, brother, take it. It's yours, free. That shocked me. I want to put that out there. That shocked me to no end because I never ran across any religion who didn't want some kind of money for something. Okay?
Yeah.
So the brother just said, hey, just take this. It's all good. So I said, okay, yeah, eventually I took it. And as I'm walking across the street to go to the Kung Fu movies, he said, hey, brother. That's when I turned around to him and said, you see, I knew you wanted some money or something like this. You all are, I'm not going to say, but basically I was disrespectful to him. Okay?
Yeah.
So I was walking back to give him back the pamphlet. And he said, no. When you read it, you have to have the Bible, a Quran, the Torah, and a dictionary. And
Right.
I said, cool. That's it? He said, yeah. If you want anything else, any more information, come on back, see me. So, long point short, I didn't read it, went to the Kung Fu movie.
All right.
Then I went to, after the Kung Fu movie, I went back home. And I started reading it just to shut them up. I was looking for something racist, okay? But the pamphlet was not racist. It has, anyway, long point short, it gave me, there's a part in the Bible, if my memory serves me correctly, it's in the book of Habakkuk. Okay?
Okay.
But I may not be accurate on that at this point. Okay? But long point short, there's a part in the Bible that says, be not like the hypocrites that stand on the corners and proclaim their faith.
Right.
Rather ye, when you speak to the Father, go into your closet, closing the door behind you. There you speak to the Father. For what you do in the eyes of men are just for men. What you do in secret is for the Father.
Okay.
Okay? So basically that's it. So anyway, when they came down the street, I missed the point. The Ansar Allah who gave me the pamphlet,
Yeah.
he said to me, when they come around again, do not read this to them. Give them their own Bible. Have them pull their own Bible out and have them read it. Okay? So I did that.
Yeah.
They came by and I had them read it. And I had them read it again and again and again. Because really what that is saying is, that verse is saying, people who stand on the corner and proclaim their faith in front of human beings, they're not doing it for God. They're doing it to show off to human beings.
Okay.
Okay. So when they saw that and they kept reading it and reading it and reading it, they tried to change the word definitions to what their dogmatic perspective. Understand?
Right.
But the guy said, hey, have a dictionary. So I had the dictionary there. And I opened up the dictionary and gave the definitions of each and every word that they read. And they could not deny the dictionary. It wasn't me saying, no, you're wrong, anything like that. Okay, so eventually, what it came down to was this. They realized that was calling them a hypocrite for standing on the corners, coming to people and saved and all of that. Okay? Once that knowledge got into their brains, when they came down the street again, away from the side that me and my cousin were sitting on, they would ignore us and try everything they could to avoid us. I was elated. I was elated because they stopped. That was my reason. It wasn't for anything else. But then I started reading the pamphlet more about leprosy, and I'm talking about the verses. Leviticus 13, verse 12, 13, 14, about the color of the hair, the color of the skin, what it looks like, all of these things. I mean, details. I went back to the brother the next week. I said, wait a second here. Actually saying that God, the Bible, the God in the Caucasian people are lepers. He has cursed them. That's what it says it's not me saying this. It's what the Bible says. So he said, okay, now you need to start studying, start doing some searching and researching people. I want to make this people's research. The word research, it means like rewind, research. That means you've always, but now you're searching, research. So if you haven't done it's impossible for you to research. So if someone says researching this, you must understand, unless you've already searched it, doing research.
Yeah.
Okay? Okay. So once that happened, I got all this information. Then I started searching leprosy. I'm talking science books, what leprosy is, and then I went into the of recessive gene, and all of these things. And then one thing led to another. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118 search and research led to another search and research. Happens when you do investigation.
Yeah.
One investigation leads to another investigation, and so forth. Thus, when I found that out, in the brain, there are things called synapses. They are nerves, we can call them intersections. When the brain is activating, actually what activated, but I'm not going to go into that.
Yeah, this thing is, I don't mean to cut you off, but something, I don't know, something's interfering. I mean, it's like I can hear what you're saying, but like every 2 or 3 words sort of muffles out.
Okay.
I suppose I suppose I just need a new system because it did it.
Okay, can you hear me clearer now?
Yeah, I can hear you the same because it did it last time, and I thought I had it fixed.
Okay, wait, brother.
Yeah.
Not even go into that.
Okay.
Repeat something. Just ask me to repeat something, and I will repeat it. Okay? If you cannot hear me say something, I will repeat it. There's no problem.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So that's how I got into this knowledge. I just wanted these get smart, get saved people to leave me alone, me and my cousin alone. I didn't want anything else. It wasn't anything else. It's just about the searching and the researching brought me to a whole nother level. So then I started going to the classes. I found out the person who wrote this pamphlet and these other pamphlets held classes.
Yeah.
So I went to the classes just out of curiosity. The thing that got me to continue to go to class is this. In the class, Doc kept saying, he started the class like this. You had to ask questions, and then he would answer you.
Yeah.
Once he answered, he would always make this, and for you Newaupians, and when I'm saying I mean Newaupians, not Newaupians. You Newaupians, you have to understand this.
Mm-hmm.
Here's Doc's statement. Don't believe me. Check it for yourself. And he meant that literally about everything.
Yeah.
He kept saying, believe me, check it for yourself. The reason he wanted us to check it for ourselves is so that we could be our own teachers and that we would know whether it's true or not. In other words, Doc didn't invent this information. The information was already out there. Okay? It was out there.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it wasn't, we would not be able to check it.
Yeah.
You have to understand this. So for you Newaupians and for anyone else who claims that Doc created this and Doc made all of this up, Doc kept saying, don't believe me, check it for yourself.
Uh-huh.
How is it possible to check something for yourself if it's not out there already?
Right.
Right. All Doc was doing was letting us know the information was already out there.
Mm-hmm.
And he was bringing us the information. That's it. Okay? Doc didn't give us no information already out there. Okay? It may not have been necessarily general public knowledge, but the information was out there.
Yeah.
Okay? I want to make that point clear. Okay, so that's what got me. He kept saying, don't believe me. Check it for yourself. And I never knew of, first of all, I never knew of any religious leader who said that, and he's not a religious leader. But I never knew of any leader to say, don't believe me. Check it for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yep.
So I did that, and I was actually doing this. I was checking it to see if he was lying or not, or if he was making a mistake, because human beings make mistakes.
Yeah.
Oh, and another thing, for you people, including Newaupians, who say Doc is God or claimed he was God or Jesus, that's a lie. That's a blatant lie. He never claimed that. He kept saying, I'm a human being just like y'all. I have this information, blah, blah, blah. I'm not God. I'm not Jesus, and such and so forth. And if the brother Zakim puts me on his this channel again, I will have the exact places where you can get the video of him saying that in class.
Oh, yeah.
Because people in class ask him, are you Jesus? You claim to be Jesus? Hell no, I'm not Jesus. I'm a man. I'm a human being like you and anyone else.
Right.
Anyway, so okay, so that's how I found the information. The thing that hooked me was he kept saying, check it for yourself and don't believe me.
Yep.
Okay? So I kept doing that and kept doing that and kept doing that and then kept going back to class and kept going back to class. And the class was always a question and answer. It wasn't you come and talking and talking and talking like some of these Nuwaupians are doing nowadays.
Right.
Okay? He never did that. He always wanted you to ask questions. Okay? And the question, he never said this. That's a dumb question. You can't such and such. Never. That's not what Doc was about. You could ask any question in Doc's statement. If the person there who claims to be the okay, give it on the information. If he can't answer the question, okay,
repeat that last statement. I'm sorry.
Okay, Doc kept saying the person who is the lead or who you're asking these questions to, anyone you ask questions, or the teacher or pastor, rabbi, or whatever you want to call them, okay? If you ask them a question and they answer your question, they should not, okay? And if you ask a question, whatever the question is, that person should not be definitely not a Nuwaupian. You're not a Newaupian. Okay? Because that's not what Doc ever did. Let's get that clear. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, that's how, okay, got into this information, searching and researching, because one thing led to another, one piece of information I had to research. Like, I get saved, ran into, how can I put this? Into the leprosy, okay? Then I had to research what search and research was. Then that led me into searching the genetic codes are dominant gene, recessive gene, and then characteristics of those, what are chemical, please, all of that jazz. Those one to the acts. That's what surgeon and research does. And so I looked at Doc as just anybody else, just somebody who had some information, okay?
Yeah.
And he was playing people, okay? Eventually he's going to ask for some money and and just like anybody else, all these other individuals and groups. He never did that. He just never, ever did that. He never did it, okay? I know nowadays these Newaupians, some of them are doing that. That's not what Doc ever did. Nuwaupians are scientists. Let's get that clear. We're just scientists. And we're not something like or something, whoa, and all this other holier than thou, I'm better than you because you're not a Nuwaupian.
Man, I know a whole lot of them like that.
Pardon me?
I know some of them like that. I egg you off in a minute.
Yeah, well, that's not that. Those are Nuwaupians, Newaupian.
Right.
Newaupians. Okay, let's get that clear. Okay, that's not. If Doc was out right now, and Doc ran across them, I'm not even going to go into that. That's a whole nother level of things. Okay, so that's how I ran across it. Okay, brother.
Right.
That's how I ran across it, and that's how I got to where I'm at now. What's your next question?
Yes, I know, man. That's that we gotta really stress it to some of them because they are like out there. I've been up in the mirrors where, you know, they couldn't answer the questions. You know, we was there. They couldn't answer a question. I think that you threw out one time and a couple other people, and the speaker got so hot, man. Another one had to come take his place because they couldn't answer the questions. Like, just say you don't know. Like,
right. Now, I want to make this clear. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. Okay, because no one has all the knowledge. Okay, some people have more knowledge than others. Okay, I have more knowledge in other people have more knowledge in certain things than I do. John Doe has more information than Jane Doe. Jane Doe has more information than John Doe in certain particular areas.
Yeah.
So that's fine. If I don't know something, I might get on the phone and call you. Hey, check this. Okay, I'll give you an example. The Hebrew Israelites and that type of people. How many times have I said to you, check it out, bro, I have no knowledge of these people. I have no knowledge of what you're talking about when you're saying that their beliefs are not. So you tell me, right? Haven't I said that?
Yep.
That's what Newaupians do. That's what real Nuwaupians do. Okay?
Yep.
We're human beings. Okay? No human being has all the knowledge. I know everything about everything about everything about everything. Come on now, stop that nonsense. Okay? I'm better than you because I know this stuff and you don't.
Yeah.
Who are you? I have knowledge in A, B, C, and D. You have knowledge in E, F, G. Okay, I'm not better than you. You're not better than me. We just have different knowledge. So how about we do this? How about we sit down or stand up or run or jog or flip and exchange knowledge? Right. How about we do that?
Yes.
How about we do that? You pass your knowledge to me. I pass my knowledge to you. And we both get more knowledge that way.
Right.
Right. Instead of this stuck up, I'm holy. Anyway, listen, for those who are listening, from this point on, when I'm talking about Nuwaupians and Newaupians, when I'm talking about the Newaupians, I'm going to say fake Newaupians. Now, I want to make this clear. I'm not saying the people who have not been actually in Doc's classes and have been by fake Nuwaupians. Okay? I'm not necessarily directing this part of this conversation at you because you don't necessarily know that Doc wasn't about certain things.
Right.
Okay? So you follow or adhere to the information of fake Nuwaupians, not knowing they're fake. Okay? So I'm not talking about you. I'm not referring to you necessarily. I'm not.
Yeah.
Okay? I am referring to those who know Doc's teachings, who sat in his classes, okay, actually were there personally, okay, and know that they're misleading y'all and giving you disinformation or partial information and all this other nonsense.
Right.
Okay? Right, okay. And I also want to preface this. At no time is this a personal thing. I have said in the beginning of this conversation, I'm about factual information that is supported by provable evidence. I'm not about anything else. I'm not about theories, conjectures, opinions, not even my own. I have my own theories. I have my own opinions, conjectures.
Right.
But those have to be put aside, disregarded. The thing that matters is provable that is supported. No, excuse me. Factual information that is supported by provable evidence.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's go on.
Right. Okay. That was enlightening, and I know I'm going to hear a couple people, you know, as I come across, that's out there listening. The topic of the subject is, and man, I could stay on that all day. But the topic of the subject that the people is looking right at reading it is whose God is the true God. Now going into whose God is the true God, I pretty much know what you're going to say, but for those who don't, just give us enlightenment of which God out there or what concept of God is going to save us.
Wait a second, hold on. I'm gonna.
Because everybody, because I know.
Wait, hold on, brother.
Okay.
I want to make sure that I'm understanding what you're saying here. Okay?
Yeah.
You say to save us.
Like,
is that what you asked me? Yes or no?
Yes.
None.
None.
Okay, no. That's not an accurate answer. It's not an accurate answer. First, I have to go into this. I God.
Okay. You said I God.
Say what?
Well, I didn't repeat that. Say that again.
What do you mean by when you say God?
Oh.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, well, the
you mean I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry, the different concepts.
No, I'm sorry.
Huh?
Go ahead.
No, we have a couple people probably is going to hear this from my mom's church, and I was talking to my brother, they're apostolics, and they go with Jehovah. And we have the Hebrew Israelites, Yahweh Shai.
Okay, wait then. So that is the traditional concept teaching of God.
Right.
Allah, things of that nature, correct?
Correct.
Not even going to say this. Not one.
So what do you say about the people that say, I know God is real, I can feel him in my heart?
Everyone their belief.
So can you give us...
Scientists do not have beliefs. Real scientists do not have beliefs. They deal with factual information that is supported by provable evidence, not circumstantial evidence and nothing like that. Factual information that is supported by provable evidence.
Right.
So, if you cannot prove to me that any of them actually exist, factually exist, not symbolically, not what's the word?
Let me see.
For lack of the accurate term, I will in this conversation I will remember the exact term I'm looking for. None of them are factual. If you cannot prove they are factual, they are not factual. Oh, that's what I'm looking for. Rather than talking about circumstantial evidence, I'm going to give you an example, people, of what circumstantial evidence is. Okay? Here's an example of circumstantial evidence. A child believes Santa Claus is a factual being. Santa Claus is a factual being. Why do they believe this? Because they see presence, first of all, because there are authority figures in their life, parents, such and so forth, their friends, blah, 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 tell them that Santa Claus is real. The other thing is, there's circumstantial evidence to prove that they can present to other people of like mind that Santa Claus is a fact. It's because they see presence under the tree.
Right.
And there's the name Santa Claus on it. Plus, they turn on the television, Santa Claus shows. They read books, the teachers say it, and da-da-da. That is circumstantial evidence. Okay? But then if you say to them, have you actually ever seen Santa Claus? Literally, have you factually seen him? Their answer is no.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? If you say to them, did you see Santa Claus? If you were to say to them, okay, Since Santa Claus put the presents underneath the tree, and Santa Claus's name is on it, signed, did you ever take the sign that the let's say the card that's on the present that's signed by Santa Claus? Have you ever taken that card to one of your friends who also has a card signed by Santa Claus and compare the signatures? Have you ever done that? They believe Santa Claus is a factual entity because of the circumstantial evidence. Okay?
Right.
Thus, so whatever label anyone's going to put there, it's only circumstantial evidence they can present as to the realism or factual as to their whatever label you want to put there, being a factual being, actual factual living, breathing, actual being. You follow what I'm saying?
Yes.
Scientists don't go by circumstantial evidence. Scientists go by factual evidence, provable evidence. Understand this?
Yeah.
That's it. So, according to the evidence, the factual information that is supported by provable evidence, all of those names that you have named, all of those labels, are mythology. They do not exist.
Right.
Okay? There's only circumstantial evidence for their existence. If anyone at any time, okay, can present to me factual information that is supported by provable evidence of the existence of Santa Claus, please do. Now, I want to make this clear. When I was a child, I'm not going to go into all the details, but when I was a child, I actually sat on a radiator looking out of the window. Because you know, Santa Claus, the image is he passes the moon with the reindeer, lands on the roof, comes down the chimney, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I stayed up all night. I mean, up all night looking for Santa Claus. But there was presents under the tree. My brain went berserk. And the brain, because as a child, I was getting finished for lying. But the parents figure was lying to me all my life.
Repeat that. As a child, you was getting what? It kind of went out.
Physically disciplined.
Okay.
Beat, spanked, and such for lying. I realized, wait, it's not real. We're punishing me for lying. Were actually lying to me. Not only were they lying to me all my life, the land, it was premeditated, it was done. Man, you don't understand how my brain went berserk. My thing was, and I actually presented this it was presented this to those parent figures. Planned it. Now, when I was, you beat me, you slack, because you planned those lies, and you on purpose. You had no reason. All the things they said to me when I lied, and they punished me for it, I back to them.
Yes.
Was I able to get, that the word is not retribution, is redress. Was I able to find? Never. My point is,
it just blurred out everything you said in like the last two lines. I don't know what is up with this.
Listen.
I'm sorry.
In essence, I'm saying, these. Now, I already pressed the right to believe saying what you believe. Believe what helps you stay and do your thing. Okay, live your life. Okay, enjoy yourself. Believing in help you get through your life, so you do not become irate or whatever the negativity. Go ahead and do it. Okay, I'm not judging you for doing that. All I'm doing is presenting facts. That's all I'm doing. Okay, so the factual that is supported by provable evidence leads one logically to conclude this: God is clause for adults. Plain and simple.
God is Santa Claus for adults.
I'm not saying. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I was repeating what you said. God is Santa Claus for adults, for the people watching, yes. because as soon as you said Santa Claus, it went out. So I just repeated it for. I'm sorry.
Yes, the clause for adults.
Yes.
Correct. It's a manipulation tool.
No.
Just like Santa Claus is a manipulation tool for children. Let me explain.
Right.
Santa Claus is a manipulation tool for children in this respect. The child is being bad. What is the parent saying? Santa Claus won't bring you presents.
Right.
If you don't be good. Okay?
And
let's look at the statement about Santa Claus, first of all. Here's the statement about Santa Claus. He watches you when you're sleeping.
Yep.
Okay? You better be good for goodness sake. Okay? He has a list. He checks it twice. If you're naughty or nice. Okay?
Right.
Some being that you've never, ever seen before. You only have circumstantial evidence, child, of the existence of some thing that is watching you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and keeps a list of those who are good and those who are bad.
Hey, let's say,
those who are good, he keeps a list of the children who are good. And he has a list.
Right.
He checks it twice. He's going to find out if you're naughty or nice. Isn't that what they say about God?
Yep. Check it out.
Only they only use different vernacular.
Check this out. If I told somebody that I'm watching their child while they sleep, they're going to call the cops on me.
Yes, but the other thing, see, we've had this conversation before. I used to think that before. Okay, and that's cool. Since I've done more searching and researching on that. Okay? The statement is symbolic.
Right.
Right. Okay, it's symbolic. What you're talking about is not symbolic.
Right.
Okay, so the comparison is not fair.
Okay.
It's not a fair comparison.
Okay.
Okay, right. The parent who is saying, or the person who is saying, Santa Claus is watching you, he's better, they're talking, the parent, the person who's saying, the adult who's saying it, with the cognitive reasoning, knows the statement is symbolic. But an actual person looking at some, that's not symbolic. So it's not a fair, a fair analysis.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Right. But we've had that conversation. I actually agreed with you in the past on that. But since then, I've analyzed and done more analyzation and such, and it's not a fair comparison.
Yeah.
It's just not.
Right. You the man. I know you was telling me a while ago, you was searching and researching on the names, Yahweh and Allah, and break down the word
You're
actual.
actually going to go there.
Huh?
Oh my goodness. Yo, Jack,
Yeah.
do you really want to go there?
I mean, it's knowledge. I mean, people got to know some things. But
Okay,
you don't have to. You can.
Let's walk that road, brother. Let's walk that road. So go ahead and ask your question.
All right. First, all right. The Creator. Because a Christian or a Muslim going to say, well, if there's no such thing as God, then where did we come from?
Okay, hold on. I have to interrupt you. I have to interject something.
Okay.
Are you talking about the Creator? Are you talking about God?
I'm talking about all right. I'm a Christian right now. Well, what are you talking about, man? Well,
wait.
Huh? I'm sorry.
Are you a Christian right now or a religious person right now?
Man, a religious person.
Okay.
All right. Now, all right. If Jesus don't exist, if Allah don't exist, who created us? Where did we come from then? Because I know my God.
Here it is. All right. Wow. I didn't think, but here we are. Okay, here it is. According to science, some people may not like science, okay? According to factual information, proof that is provable, let me rephrase that. Here is factual information that is supported by provable evidence. All human beings, no, let me just reverse that. All fit earth, whether it be a plant, an animal, or a human being, a female, every single one of us, we all come from the woman, the female, all of us, every single one. Now let's go into this more deeply.
Right.
Being that we all come from every single one of us, and if any, this verse, I should have prefaced this entire conversation with this statement. Excuse me for not doing it. So, say this. Imagine that I preface saying and have a statement. Do believe me. Check it for yourself. Do not believe me. Do the searching and researching yourself.
Yes.
Being that everything, whether it be plant, animal, come from the female. All of us. We all now. Being that female means we all come from the female. That obviously logically should mean that the female, the male was. How could that possibly be? Here's how it could possibly be. Because we all come from females.
Right.
The way is this way. Now, let's look at biological science. It's strictly biological science. Not like science off now. Because science, there's a thing called mitochondria DNA.
Yes.
Look it up. For those of you who do not know, please look up mitochondria DNA. For those of you who do know mitochondria, both men and women do have mitochondria. I have no doubt about that. That's a fact. I mean, we mitochondria DNA. But this is also a biological scientific. Mitochondria DNA can only be passed on from the female. Males cannot pass on mitochondria DNA. It's impossible for the males to pass on mitochondria mitochondrial DNA, even though males and female mitochondrial DNA. Mitochondrial DNA can only from, okay? So being that males and females both have we're going to look at it this way. Let's male and a female on the planet. We'll call them, for the sake of this conversation, Adam and Eve.
Okay.
Being that Adam has mitochondrial DNA and Eve has mitochondrial DNA, where did Adam get the mitochondrial DNA from? He had to have gotten it from Eve, because only females can pass on the mitochondrial DNA. Males cannot. It is biologically impossible for males to pass on mitochondria. So only females can pass on mitochondrial DNA. So that means if the male, and we do, have mitochondrial DNA, and we can only get it from the female, the female had to give it to the male. That means for the male to get it, the female had to give it to it. I know I'm saying the same thing, the same thing with many different words. I mean, with different words.
Yeah.
And I'm doing it on purpose. And here's the point. Let's say Adam was first on this planet, for the sake of this conversation, Adam and Eve, okay? But for those who, I'm just going to put this in there. The Sumerian, okay, to find out about Adam, all of this, the origins of it. So anyway, being that the female is the only one that can pass on mitochondrial DNA, the males cannot pass on mitochondrial DNA. Let's say Adam was the first human being on the planet, mitochondrial DNA from. Now, for those of you who say, well, he got it from God, or whatever label you say, is conjecture, theory, or opinion. Provable evidence says that is not the case. The provable evidence says he got it from the female. Okay, he got it from a female. He got it from a female. What female did he get it from if Adam was on this planet first? Where'd he get it from? Where's the female that he got it from? Because only males can get it from the female. Females can only get it from the females. The female is the only one that can pass on mitochondrial DNA.
Yes.
Okay? So being that females are the only one that can pass DNA, it has to logically and scientifically, the female had to be on the planet first to pass on the mitochondrial DNA. The other thing is this. There's a thing called X and Y chromosome. Females have 2 X chromosomes, male have an X and Y chromosome. Okay? The reason they call it an X and let me slow down for those who are hearing this, okay? The reason X and Y chromosome is because of the shapes of the actual chromosomes. The X chromosome is shaped in X, like the letter X, and the Y chromosome is shaped like the capital letter Y. Okay? Now, if you take the capital letter Y, and excuse me, let me say this again. Let me re-say what I'm about to say. Let's say you take the letter X, and you remove let's say you remove the bottom leg of the X. What do you have? You have the letter Y.
Yeah.
If you take the letter Y, the small y, not the capital letter, but the small y, and you extend that, and you put another leg there at the bottom, you have an X. My point is, if you people need to check on biology and chromosomes and things like this.
Yeah.
The Y is actually missing part of the chromosome. It's missing that one leg that would make it an X. Understand this?
Yeah.
Okay? The females have 2 X chromosomes. The male have an X and Y chromosome. Okay? So remember the mitochondrial DNA I said. Okay?
Yep.
Only females can pass on the mitochondrial DNA.
Uh-huh.
So the female had to have been on this planet first for there to be, for the male to have the mitochondrial DNA. It could not have been the male on the planet first, and then the woman or the female, because the male cannot pass on mitochondrial DNA.
Right.
But the female has mitochondrial DNA. The female on mitochondrial DNA, and the male has mitochondrial DNA. Plain and simple. Now, if you also check biology, and remember, don't believe me, check it for yourself.
Right.
Checking it for not mean asking someone, what is this? If you ask someone, you're getting that too. All you have to do, and we're in the 21st century, we have this thing called the World Wide Web. I know most of you people have been programmed to. It's not really the internet. And here's the proof of it. It's not being the internet. And there's a reason I'm have to put this in here. Okay?
Okay.
It's because in front of, if you right now and you put in any search, what's the first, what do you see before the search? You see these letters called these W.
Wait, say that again?
W. If pull up a search engine.
Yeah.
In any search, the letters that are, when you hit enter, the letters that you see before that search,
Yeah.
W.
Yeah.
WWW stands for Wide Web. Web. What we actually are dealing with is the World Wide Web. The World Wide Web gives us access to the internet.
Oh, right.
Okay? It is not the internet that gives internet. Going on the internet. Yeah, okay, yeah, you're going on the internet, but that's wide web and getting access to the internet via the World Wide Web. Okay?
Yeah.
So, you don't believe me, check it for yourself. I do, because you don't know if they have done the searching inadvertently, and the information they're relaying to you is factual information, evidence. It could be information that they happen to believe. Okay? So you have to do your own searching and researching. To say this, we're in the 21st century. We have access to information throughout the world. It's in your cell phone. You call it a cell phone. It's a computer in your pocket.
Right.
Okay. Computers now. We can get information from throughout the world. And researching. Stop being mentally lazy. If you really want to know, do the searching and research. And just going on with your own belief. It's actually not your own belief. It's a belief that has been okay. But anyway, so if you do this, you will find out any biologist will tell you about mitochondria, and that only the female can, that mitochondrial DNA can only be passed on from the female.
Yeah.
So if it can only be passed on from the female, let's stick with this Bible thing, or this whatever you want to call about. The first one on the planet was Adam. It's impossible. It's biologically impossible. Now people say, well, God did it, or Allah did it, or Yahweh did it. No. Prove that to me. Don't just say it to me because you believe it.
Right. You
have to give me provable evidence, or as people say in the courtroom, you have to provide proof of statement. Not just me a statement.
Yeah.
You have to provide proof of that statement. Okay? So, Adam couldn't be on this planet first. The female had to be on this planet first. So you ask me who is the creator of human beings? It's the female. And specifically, it happens to be what people refer to as the black female. It's actually the dominant gene female, the Nubian female. Okay? Yes, the African woman is
Yeah.
the first the first person on this planet. The other
Right.
thing, you can also check, I think it was Newsweek, 1990, on the front cover. They revealed Lucy, and they called it Lucy. That's their own word,
Yeah.
whatever the case may be. But the point is this. They say, scientists, okay, physical anthropologists say that was the oldest bones ever found on the planet. It's the oldest. Was she there by herself? Was she there by herself? No. They had other bones, but that was the oldest.
Mm-hmm.
Be a female. How come she happened to be in sub-Saharan Africa? Now, of course, you know that they did the bone marrow test. You know they did the genetic test on this woman. Okay?
Right.
How did they even know it was a female? Because the femur bone and so go into that part. Okay? You can tell the sex of the just from the skeletons. You can tell the race of the person, the origin of the person, the sex of the person. You can tell all these things. You can tell the diet of the person from the skeleton. Okay?
Yeah.
You actually can. You just see. This is what I mean, man. All of this such information that I have started because all I wanted to do was have these get smart, get safe, shut up and leave me alone, me and my cousin alone, so we can go along and do our little criminality and demon stuff that we was doing.
Right.
Okay? And it changed up. It just changed up.
Mm.
So back to the point. The creator of human beings is a black woman.
Yeah.
Is the African woman. All human beings all humans come from the female. You know of any male that ever birthed a human being?
Nope.
Now, I'm not talking about like they have this little, years ago, they had this guy who they put a baby into him.
Uh-huh.
Okay? It's not like he got impregnated.
Yeah.
They put the child into him.
I remember.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
Sewed him up so the child could grow and all this other whatever. I'm not even going to go into that. But I mean, actually, males don't have children. They do not birth children. Males do not birth children. We all know this. In no species, whether it be animals or whatever, males don't birth children. The female does. It's always been like that. It's just the fact. So the deal is only the female can birth a child. Only the female can birth a male. Only the female can birth a female. Only the woman can, the female can pass on mitochondrial DNA.
Right. Mm-hmm.
All this evidence, and I have so much more on this subject, it's unbelievable. But my point is, with just that information alone,
Yeah.
anyone with a logical brain would know or conclude. Now, and specifically the black female, let me get into this. The reason I say the black female is because there's three genetic pools. The dominant gene, the recessive gene, and the mongoloid gene. The dominant gene, don't believe me, check it out.
Mm-hmm.
The dominant gene, the physical characteristic dominant gene are black people. That's the dominant gene. I'm not making this up. Do your searching and researching. This is a dominant gene from light brown, which people have been programmed to call, to sound that it looks black, but it's actually dark brown. Okay?
Okay.
If we have broad, I'm not even going to go into that. Genetic, call them.
Yeah.
The dominant gene, the recessive gene, and the mongoloid gene. The dominant gene are black.
Repeat.
Excuse me.
Repeat that last part. I'm sorry, you went out.
Excuse me, Jakim.
Yeah.
The dominant gene are black people. First, I want to make it clear. Then I'm going to go into that in a minute. The dominant gene are what people refer to as dominant gene. Geneticists have the word in your dictionary. Dominant mean in a dictionary. For preference, not somebody's reference or what they think. definition of the word dominant. That is the dominant gene. Black people. The recessive, look in the dictionary for the word recessive. The recessive gene are Caucasian people. Orient. I want to get into this. Yeah. Oriental people will say, I don't want to be called Oriental. I'm Asian. All the people on the planet, not Oriental, but Asian. How? Because there's a thing called Asia Minor and Asia Major. And Asia Minor. In Russia, there's a place called the, hold on for a second, let me get the word. Russia, there's a place called the Caucasus Mountains. Caucasus Mountains. Caucasian, Asian, okay? Africa. Hear me. Now, Caucasian Mountains, which is in Asia Minor, okay? It's in the Caspian. You just look it up, people. I'm not going to go into that because that's going to...
Right.
Yeah. Dominant gene, which are with people, gene, which people call Caucasian people, and the Mongoloid gene, which people call Oriental people. Get it twisted, we're all Asian. Go on the planet Earth, you will either come from Asia Minor or Asia Major. Look at me, check it for yourself. Okay? So, the dominant gene, the reason they call it dominant gene, what does the word dominant mean? Come on, everybody knows dominant. It means the strongest, the best, blah, blah, blah. Gene. And if a dominant gene person has intercourse with a dominant gene person, the offspring is a dominant gene.
Right.
Medically, it's dominant. If a recessive gene person, recessive, if the word is not weak, recessive, okay? If you take a recessive gene person with a recessive, the offspring is even more recessive, weaker. It is just a fact. It is not racism. It has nothing to do with race. It has to do with genetic fact. It's just the way it is, okay? Like it or not.
Right.
It's just the way it is. Mongoloid, the Mongoloid gene. The reason a Mongoloid gene even exists, a Mongoloid gene is the mutation of a recessive gene person and a dominant gene person having an offspring, and a Mongoloid, okay? Look up the word Mongoloid in a genetic, scientific, biologically, okay? Not Mongoloid meaning the Mongols. Well, there's a connection there, but we're talking about genetics here, okay? We're not talking about racism. For those of you who think, well, that's racism. It's not racism. Get that programming out your head. I'm talking genetics. I'm talking pure science here. It has nothing to do with racism. I said this in the beginning. I am not a racist. I don't dislike or like a person because of their color and their race and their ethnic origin. Only some idiot does that. I'm a Newaupian. I'm a scientist. I don't believe in none of that garbage.
Yeah.
Okay? But if I know how my people have been treated, and I'm never going to forgive it, and I'm never going to forget it.
Yes.
So don't even get that confused. Okay? But I got to make this clear. So the dominant gene are Nubian people, are black people. Lucy, on 1990 Newsweek cover, Lucy, the oldest bones ever found on the earth. Where'd they find it? Sub-Sahara Africa.
Right.
The genetics of that bones and stuff are Nubian, are dominant gene people. You can't have any other genetic code, genetic group, recessive or Mongoloid, without there being the dominant gene. They all come from the dominant gene. You don't have to like it, or you can like it. I don't care one way or the other. It's just a genetic fact. Okay?
Yeah.
the black woman is the creator of all human beings on this planet. Genetically, you can't prove anything else. And she was the first one that ever, first human being on this planet was the black woman. Get it right or get it wrong. But you cannot deny, you can deny genetic, you can deny science all you want. You can deny provable information that is support. You can deny factual information that is supported by provable evidence all you care to. If that helps you get through your day in a peaceful way, please do your thing. But facts are still facts.
Right.
Right. Okay. So if you're asking me who the creator is, the creator is the black woman.
Right. Okay.
Plain and simple. I don't care what your race is. You wouldn't even be here on this planet if it wasn't for the black woman.
Yes.
You wouldn't exist if it wasn't for the black woman. The first one on the planet genetically was a black woman. That's just the way it is. They can only give us mitochondrial DNA. We got mitochondrial DNA. The first genetic gene on the planet was the dominant gene. Mitochondrial DNA can only come from a female. The first gene on the planet was the dominant gene. That's the black people. Female, black female. Come on now. Get real. The black woman was the first one on the planet. We all come from her. You don't have to like it. You don't have to accept it. But it's a fact. Okay, next.
Right. Excuse me. The word.
Okay, bro. Listen, bro. I can only do this for like another 10 minutes.
Okay. Oh well.
Okay, but we can pick this up tomorrow. Listen, bro. We can pick it up tomorrow. You can bet your breath on it.
Yeah. Well, we definitely gonna get a part 2. But tomorrow I'm gonna be in another part of town babysitting. But we definitely
get it whenever you can, bro.
Yeah,
whenever
definitely.
I got the time. You got the time.
All right.
Okay, so let's go forward because time is short.
Yeah, you said another 10 minutes. All right. Real quick, the word God. Does that?
Okay, look. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All right.
Just to get straight to it.
All right. Break down the word God in Masonic.
Okay, look. God, Gamor Oz Bar. Beauty, wisdom, and strength. Human beings have beauty, wisdom, and strength. All human beings. I don't care what your race is. All human beings have beauty, wisdom, and strength. Gamor Oz Bar. Here we go. Check this out. For those of you who know who have seen or heard of the movie, The Wizard of Oz. The Wizard of Oz. The wizard in The Wizard of Oz, he called the wisdom, the one with all the secrets. Yeah, this stuff though. For those of you who have seen The Wizard of Oz, the movie, Dorothy, all of that, okay, Toto, when they actually get to the wizard, city of Oz, the city of wisdom, and they go into the chamber where the wizard is. First thing they see is this head, all this other noises, and just they saw this image, okay, and they were all frightened and everything, all scared. The Lion, the Tin Man, and Dorothy. Now called Toto. Wow. Dog man and frightened and scared of this image they see, and they're doing this all they're trembling over this. Toto runs over to this and opens this curtain. What do they see behind the curtain? Pulling levers and it was fake. They saw it was fake. It wasn't real. Okay, it was just an image created by this guy. And what my point is, in their belief, because as they were going down the yellow, all this stuff about this wizard, okay, they were told all these mythologies were fact about this wizard. So by the time they got to these mythologies and made up, had believed, and they really showed that opened this curtain and showed the man, and pulling these strings, manipulating all these people in all the whole cities around, believing that this wizard is real, but they took this little dog to pull the curtain and show it's only some man behind the curtain pulling strings. And then once the wizard was revealed, the man who everybody was revealed by the little dog, what did the wizard say to all of these people? I'm going to tell you what he said. Don't believe me. Here it is again. Check it out. But here's what he said. The Tin Man, he was looking for a heart.
Yeah.
He wanted to have a heart. Like, love people and things like this.
Right.
So the wizard, I'm not going to go into all the details. The wizard, in essence, told him, you already got a heart.
Uh-huh.
Okay? He gave him a symbolic heart, but he told him, you already got a heart. All the things you did to get here and blah, 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 showed you already have it.
Yes.
But the scarecrow didn't know it. He didn't realize he already had it. The lion, they call him the cowardly lion.
Yeah.
Because he was all fighting and all this. So he was looking for courage. The wizard told him, you already had it. Of course, he gave him a symbol that he could look at.
Yeah.
It's like a cross, okay, or a Mogan David, the Star of David, or whatever symbols you want to use.
Right.
Because you need a visualization of something.
Yeah.
Anyway, so but the wizard told him, in essence, you already had courage. You did. You saved Dorothy. You did this. You put your life on the line, and you already had it. You already had it. You had it all the time. Dorothy, she wanted to get home. How did she get home? He told her, you can get home anytime you want to. All you got to do is do this. Click your heels.
Uh-huh.
Okay? Click your heels. Because really, I'm not going to, for the people who haven't seen it, I'm not going to give away the movie. Okay? But anyway,
yeah.
The wizard let them know the things that they had been searching for to get that they were looking for the wizard to give them, they already had it.
Right.
And don't forget, the things they believed the wizard was, the wizard wasn't. The wizard was fake.
Yep.
It was fake. It was something that was created, made up by this man, by a human being. You try to understand that.
Yeah.
Okay? So the wizard was a person who had wisdom. He was supposed to be all wizard. He was supposed to be mystical and had all these powers and da-da-da-da, like all these gods.
Mm-hmm.
But this was created by this man, by this one man. And the man had no power. He had no more power than anyone else.
Yep.
None. Zero. Nada. Zilch. Yeah. Okay?
Yeah.
Here's God. According to G-O-D, beauty, wisdom, and strength. Everybody on the planet, every human being on the planet has some form of beauty, has some form of strength, has some form of wisdom. You're God.
Yep.
When you look in the mirror, you just seen him. You just seen him or her. God. When you walk down the street and see somebody, that's God, meaning beauty, wisdom, and strength. Okay, not meaning the creator of all creation and all of this other jazz. Okay?
Yeah.
Beauty, wisdom, and strength. You have it. You are. You just don't realize it. Like the wizard didn't realize, like the Tin Man didn't realize he had what he was looking for all his life.
Mm-hmm.
Like the cowardly lion didn't realize he had it all his life. Like Dorothy didn't realize she had it all her life. It took this little dog, a little dog. There was a reason they used that symbol, okay? A dog to reveal to them all these things you've been looking for. Get out of here. It's this guy behind the curtain pulling the strings. And then the guy, I created all these stuff. Well, I'm not going to go into all of that because it's going to give away the movie for the people who haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Okay? My point is, You are God, man.
Right.
You are beauty. Now remember, God, G-O-D, comes from Gamor Bar. You are beauty, wisdom, and strength. You are it. The things you've been looking for outside yourself are actually inside you already. We just have to learn, and remember now, we just have to learn to cultivate those things.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that we're so busy. Man, human beings have made so much things to distract us from cultivating those things.
Yeah.
Okay? And so busy looking outside of us rather than looking inside of us. We have these things already. It's like, I don't know, for those of you who have children or who ever raised a child, about something, or read about the ghost in the closet, whatever the case, to achieve something. And as a cognitive thinking person, you're trying to, you already can do that. You can play baseball. You have a home run. That you can be good at math. You can. You can do anything you want to. Why? Because, excuse me, you are God. You are beauty, G-O. You know, every time I say God, a lot of people have this image of God. Okay?
Yeah.
By the man, put it that way.
Yeah.
You are it. You live in your strength. Anything you want, we get this external things that distract us. Okay? With all these distractions, rather than, imagine we weren't as, no, as on these external distractions. Good, I look in my clothes, the Kardashians or Jay, and we took that time and invested it in looking internally. How can I make myself feel good? Not look good, feel good. Not to somebody else. Okay? Here's an example. Hopefully this will help. I'm concerned about is doing, what saying, what the next person thinks about them and things like that. Let me ask you this. The cat that walks down the street, the stray cat or the street, are you even concerned about that? About what it's doing, what it's thinking about you, and such and so forth? Why not? Why are you not concerned about it? Whatever reason, you have your own. You say, or somebody concerned about what, do they like my sneakers? Or, I don't want to go too deep in this because it's going to take more time than I want to.
Yeah.
My point is, I don't want to disturb the people where I'm living at. Okay?
Right.
For hours. Because you know me, Zakim, I can stay for without end. Okay?
Yes,
but
I know.
I'm respectful to people. Even being respectful to people. So I don't want to. You can pick. Okay?
Yeah, I got you.
So, right. So on this guy, and I set these images in your head of this, whatever God you have in your head. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the word God as they created it. Gamor, Oz, and Dabar. Beauty, wisdom, and strength. Okay? It. I am it. The person walking down the street is it. That is the beauty, wisdom, and strength. The God. We all are, we have it. We just are so busy, like the Tin Man and Wizard of Oz, for it outside of us. Someone else to give us what we already have inside of us.
Yeah.
Because we're not busy looking for it inside of us. Okay? We have anyway, man. Anyway. Look, man, I got holy shit, it's 12:30.
Yeah.
12:30. Okay? We can pick this up any other time when you have time.
Yeah, and I definitely I will promise I'm going to have better audio next time too. Cause I mean, we're going to do this again. I definitely enjoyed you. I'm honored, and I thank you for coming on my platform and enlightening the people, for giving us that knowledge. And I will catch you another time. And
not a problem. Let me say this. Let me end with this.
Right.
For all of you people who know or do not know the Zakim, he's a real Nuwaupian. Okay, I want to make this clear. Nobody on the planet is perfect. Not me, not Zakim, not anyone who's hearing. We all are human. We're going to make mistakes. That's part of being human. So, make a mistake, an error in life, don't stress it. Just know, oh shit, I made a mistake, and go forward.
Yeah.
You know? So my point is, for all of you who, Zakim's channel, know that the brother has a good heart. Okay? Know that the brother means well. Okay? He has great intentions. Okay? If at times you get offended by what he says or what the people he brings onto his channel and such, it's not intentional. Okay? The brother's a good brother.
Thank you.
And y'all don't know me from Adam, but Zakim knows me. If he wasn't a good brother, I wouldn't be messing with him at all. I don't do that. That's why I don't really hang out with people. Anyway, that's something different. But my point is, he's a good brother. You have hooked into a great channel, okay? And I'm not one of these people that pacify people's ears. I don't do that. I despise that kind of thing for myself. Anybody who wants to do it and it helps them get through their day, please go ahead and do it. For me, I despise it. I'm not into that, okay? So you hooked yourself into a great channel. I'm telling you, the brother's channel, he would not, that he intentionally wants to insult someone or anything like that. He has good intentions.
Thank you.
All right, Zakim.
All right.
I'll see you, brother.
Okay. Take care, brother.
Hey. Yo, tell Hat for having me on, brother.
Hey, what do? There you have it, people. That is my brother TAALIB, a real Nuwaupian from the Newaupian nation. Let me see if I can reverse this camera real quick. I don't know what's going on here. Wait a minute. First of all, I want to give a shout out to my master teacher, Dr. Malachi York, partner Babia Nun. And because if it wasn't for him, I may still be chasing mythologies, and so on and so forth. I want to give a shout out to Netta TV, because he is one of the ones that inspired me to do what I am doing. Shout out to Netta, Black News 102. And this Sunday, join us with a brother. He was a comedic brother. I can't pronounce his name right now, but he will be on this Sunday at 8:30, and he is telling why he left religion. He was an ex-Muslim, and he's telling you why he dropped religion, and he's got a lot to say about the flat earth. And right now, it's a little late, and some people have to get up for work, so on and so forth. And I thank everyone that tuned in for tuning in, and I will catch you later. Peace.